Welcome to Webster Farms.
Hey, you. Welcome back to the farm. Today I am planting potatoes and getting ready for the season. It's March 16th, tomorrow's St. Patty's Day, and I always have my potatoes in by March 16th. This year I'm doing 3 different kinds. I have Kennebec, which are here that I'm getting ready to put in, and then in the next bed will be Red Nolan, and in the third bed down at the bottom will be Yukon Gold. These beds are all 4 by 16. In them I have a soilless mix of cotton burr compost. It's got rice hulls and peat moss. To that I add a mixture of feather meal and composted chicken manure, and that's pretty much it. I've started making my little farrows there, and I'm going across the bed because it's easier for me to reach, and I will put a potato in about every 6 to 8 inches. I cut my potatoes yesterday, and you'll see the pieces here. And the trick is you want to make sure that you've got eyes on every piece, at least 2 eyes. That one's got one and a little one coming up, so it might be kind of iffy. But you want to cut them before you plant them and let them skin over, so you can see what they look like. Mine are kind of big chunks, but I have found that I do better with leaving them like that, so I just make sure that I got a couple eyes in each one and let them skin. So let me get these in the ground and I will show you how I do that. Potatoes, and just drop them down in here. You don't want to get them super deep. They'll come up fine, just getting them in there. Now, as these come up, I'm going to add more soil on top of them. I just want to cover them with about a 1/2 inch, and I'll leave that row there. But as they start coming up and getting the green, I will fill that in and just completely cover them again. And what that does is result in getting you more potatoes. So let me get these done and we'll move on to the next bed. And I want to point out something special about that. I'm going to be planting that in composted leaves. These are the Red Nolan. Really nice potato. And again, I've got those cut. The eyes are a little bit pronounced on some of them. And one thing I wanted to mention, and I about caught myself doing it, I try to put the eyes facing up. So I just shove them down into this leaf mixture, and there is soil underneath that, or actually it's the same as in the other beds, but it's been there a few years. We put leaves on top of this, and you just point them down in there and put the leaves back over them, and they will grow great. And cover them up. You want to make sure that you have all your potatoes covered also, so they don't get sun on them. If after it rains tomorrow and I come out here and some of this has washed away and I see potatoes, I got to make sure and cover them up, because they will develop a toxic substance in them, turn the skins green, and you cannot eat them. They'll make you sick. So get them down. If they work up as they grow and you see potatoes on top of the soil, you've got to get them covered back up. So again, I'm going to get these planted. We'll move on to the next bed, which will be Yukon Gold, which is one of our favorites. Actually, we like them all. So I've got all 3 beds in. This is Yukon Gold. I went back and smoothed over the leaves on it so that they're all covered. It's supposed to rain tonight, so like I said, if I come out tomorrow and I see any potatoes sticking up, I will have to put some more covering on them. The second bed that's also in leaves is the red Nolan, and then the Kennebec is on the end. Now, one thing about potatoes, you don't want to plant them in the same spot every year. They are part of the nightshade family. So I'm on a 4-year rotation. There have never been potatoes in these beds. So I'm really looking for a good crop. But other than that, in my other beds over behind the house, which you can't see from here, but anyway, there's where those white poles are. I've got it set up so every 4 years I put them in a different spot, or I know where they're going, I should say. This is what I use to actually fill my beds. I buy it. It's a 52 cubic foot tote, and I love it. They deliver it to me. It comes from Hummerts in St. Louis. And so I use that to keep my beds full, and it works great. Anyway, potatoes are in. That's off the list. On to the next project. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed, and I will see you in my gardening ventures.